Voltas all-weather smart AC presents Lights, Camera, Cricket in association with Sensodyne, Kent RO and GoDaddy.
Hello there and welcome to Lights, Camera, Cricket. I'm Himanshu Singhal and we've got Nikhil Chopra with us to discuss Bangalore's comprehensive win today over Delhi. But first, an update on that game. Bangalore beat Delhi by 10 wickets in their IPL encounter at the Feroz Shah Kotla Stadium in Delhi today. Batting first, Delhi lost Iyer in the first over itself and never quite managed to recover from the early setback. With Dumini dismissed for 13 and Yuvraj for 2, Delhi struggled throughout their inning. Stark took 3 wickets while Aaron finished with 2 wickets. In the end, the entire Delhi lineup came crashing down for 95, the lowest total this season. Chris Gayle and Virat Kohli then finished the match with a dominating opening partnership as they scored 99 runs in 11 overs for an easy win. Let's take a look at the scorecard for you. Chris Gayle scoring 62 while Kohli scoring 35. Delhi were outplayed and outclassed in this game by Bangalore. Well, let's now take a look at the updated points table now, and Bangalore jumping from the 7th spot to the 4th spot after this easy win over Delhi. They've now got 3 wins in 6 games. Mitchell Starc is our player of the day. He returned with figures of 3 for 20 of his 4 overs and dismissed dangerman Shreyas Iyer in the first over itself. And the decisive over of the day was bowled by Varun Aaron. He took the wickets of Yuvraj and Matthews, conceding just 2 runs in the 7th over. Let's now take a look at the top wicket takers in the IPL. Imran Tahir leading that pack, but he couldn't do much for his team today. A disappointing outing for him against Bangalore today. And here are the leading run scorers for you. Ajinkya Rahane on top, followed by Warner and Rohit Sharma. Right, Nikhil, as I mentioned, Delhi were completely outplayed, outclassed. They had no clue today.
Well, without a doubt. One of those games where, I guess, Stark set up the game beautifully, swinging that cricket ball at 148 kilometers an hour. For a youngster who doesn't have too much experience, it gets difficult at that pace. And of course, the other duo, Varun Aaron. So, they were hunting in pairs. You talk about doing, it takes 2 to tango, pressure from both ends. And when you're losing wickets at regular intervals, I just felt that even the Delhi side had a very power-packed middle order against the new ball. They got a little exposed.
But was it the pitch or just poor application?
I don't think there's anything wrong with the pitch. So I don't think we can, go out there and complain about the 22-yard strip. I think it's a good batting track. I guess you got to give credit where it's due. The bowlers bowled to a good disciplined line and length, and like you just said, bad application by the batsman. Right.
Let's in fact take a look at some of the figures, the key players in this game. Let's actually begin with the Bangalore batting first of all. Let's begin with Chris Gayle. And we'll have the projection graphic up on the screens right away. A wagon wheel of Chris Gayle, 62 runs of 40 deliveries. Of course, 29 of them coming on the offside and 33 on the onside. Incredible performance by Chris Gayle.
Well, he's a class act. It's just that he's been a fair bit quiet in this IPL so far. If you look at that wagon wheel, once he sets in, 360 yards all across the ground, it gets very difficult to stop him. Each time when he's looking to go over the top, whether it was Imran Tahir bowling or any of the spinners bowling, he uses that bottom hand and he clears these grounds with great amount of ease. That bat speed. The good thing is head position is so good. The timing is phenomenal. Missed time goes into the 2nd tier or 3rd tier of the stadium. So it was just a matter of time. He sets, his targets, spends a little bit of time out there in the middle. He's going to come good. And for Bangalore, I hope he can continue this form because he got dropped from the side when they lost chasing a big enough total and he was very quiet. I'm sure Virat Kohli would be a happy man. And somewhere I think this is a better combination. Virat, Chris Gayle coming in, AB de Villiers hopefully batting number 3. Top 3 of your size, give yourselves the opportunity to bat for 120 odd deliveries. You were chasing only 95, 96 in this game. But this is the right way forward, when you're giving your match winners the opportunity to take the game through.
Right, let's also get the numbers for Virat Kohli up on the screen now. 35 runs of 23 deliveries. We've got Virat Kohli on the screen right away. 14 runs on the offside and about 21, close to about 21 runs on the onside. He was playing a very sedate innings, the perfect partner to Chris Gayle, the explosive
Absolutely.
Chris Gayle.
He didn't need to do anything, Himanshu. You know, when you've got your partner hitting boundaries and a man who just, you know, can blast away any sort of opposition, you know, he'd like to play second fiddle. And you look at his wagon wheel as well, that's his strength, his onside. Anything within the body, you know, he just taps it towards mid-wicket, mid-on, square leg for once. He was just happy rotating strike and watching Chris Gayle go out there and entertain the crowds. Anything outside the off stump, I'm surprised that the opposition or the Delhi bowlers didn't take a cue from a lot of sides in the World Cup how to bowl to Virat Kohli. Bowl on the fourth or the fifth stump, outside off stump, let him feel for the ball. That's why you create opportunities with Virat. Anything from within the stumps, he's going to keep playing you all day long. You know, that zone that he's got from, say, backward of square leg right through long on, he'll keep picking the gaps there. That's his bread and butter. So you don't want to feed him there.
And what an incredible performance today by Mitchell Starc and Varun Aaron. Let's individually take a look. Let's start with Mitchell Starc before we talk about Varun Aaron. So Mitchell Starc, 3 for 20. He was incredible. Those Yorkers and he was breathing fire.
Come the next auction, you know, if he continues this sort of form, he'll probably be one of the highest bidded players because 4 overs, you know, 24 deliveries, 2 or maybe 3 if things are going well, if he can bowl the opposition out with the new ball, swinging it at that pace, you know, you might have some of the world's best batsmen also struggle against him. He's a class act.
What about Varun Aaron? 2 for 24, and of course that 7th over, the brilliant 7th over. He got Yuvraj Singh and of course Matthews as well. Incredible today.
I guess UV just coming onto the scene, feet not moving, it was a good delivery. It was in a good sort of area and he just nicked it. But I'm happy to see an Indian fast bowler bowl at those sort of speeds. If he can just bowl consistently at that pace, that kind of discipline, you know, he's had that reputation of spraying it around, but tonight was a very sort of contained Varun Aaron, bowling within himself and still generating that kind of pace. Hopefully, you know, he's forgotten about his back surgery. He can come back and keep bowling like this. He continues this sort of form. I hope he can serve Indian cricket for a long period of time because this man can do wonders in international cricket as well.
It's very important to know and understand. In fact, talking about Yuvraj Singh, the big question is, has he lived up to his reputation and most importantly, his price tag? I've got some scores of his with me. 9, 27, 54, 9, 21 and finally 2.
I think that first game, in any case, Himanshu was not the right place for him to go out there and bat. You know, 5 and 6, Yuvraj Singh, you're just wasting him. But I guess in sport, and especially somebody who's been around, who's been there, done that, the biggest difficulty for any athlete or sportsman is to go out there and keep performing on the expected lines. Because with every performance that you put in, the expectations grow, you know, a huge amount. And that's why we keep talking about, you know, UV batting at 4, give yourself the opportunity, he will run away with the game. But answering your question, has he not fired this season? He's not actually lived up to the kind of potential and the talent that he's got. I'm a little surprised because he's put in a lot of hard work. He's played every single game for Punjab in the domestic circuit. He's done well as well. I guess that one innings to get back into form is just around the corner from Yuvraj Singh. And I hope it's not too late for Delhi by then.
Well, we will hope for the same. Final comments from you, Nikhil, before we slip into a break. A quick SWOT analysis, a quick analysis of the strengths and the weaknesses of the two sides after this game.
Well, I guess, you know, if you talk about the Bangalore side, a little more better looking on the field of play in terms of executing their plans. Initially, when Starc was not there, their bowling, of course, looked a little on the weaker side with Starc coming, you know. He's so good in those initial power plays. He sets the opposition back straight away. And then the opposition finds it hard to, you know, get back into the groove of things as well. And if Varun Aaron can come good as well, it'll make a big difference. Thankfully for Virat Kohli, he's got the combination right in 1, 2 and 3. They just need somebody else in that middle order to take that momentum through. God forbid, AB de Villiers doesn't fire. You need somebody who can carry that sort of momentum. So, you know, in terms of strengths and weaknesses, Bangalore looking good because their bowling all of a sudden has become alive. Delhi still very sporadic in terms of their performances. Good one day, hot and cold, bad the other day. They need to find consistency. They've got far too many good players, match winners, for not performing. And I'm sure the franchisee would not be happy because forget about spending money. You know, you go around, you fight with the other franchisees to go and build a team. You have everything with you. It's just the belief within the side and the individual themselves that they can go out there and win the games. You need to work hard. At the end of the day, these are responsibilities, opportunities that you're getting at a world stage to go out and perform. If you're not doing it, you yourselves are at fault, because I'm sure every franchisee in the IPL, same with Delhi Daredevils, are giving all the athletes need to go out there and perform, but they're just not being good enough on that day.
All right. Thanks a lot, Nikhil, for those insights. News and updates continue on Headlines Today.